What is going on, everyone? Welcome in back to the StreamYard Studios for another exciting, incredible interview here on the Fighting Now YouTube channel. I am Jake, pretty much an incredible owner of the Fighting Now on Instagram, which you guys can get a chance to follow me at the Fighting Now on Instagram, and of course, you guys get a chance to follow me on Twitter at the Fighting Now too. So yet, I am very excited about this interview. So before we get anything underway, let's go ahead and send some shout outs like we always do here. We got to send a shout out to StreamYard.com. StreamYard is an incredible platform for you to get a chance to do interviews, do podcasts, do business meetings, and they also have so many incredible deals. I know that the free version, you can get a chance to add, like, I think about maybe 2 people, I believe. And then the $20 deal gets you like 10 people, and it puts you levels. You get a chance to do like backgrounds, and of course, your logos here and there. So head on over to StreamYard.com and get your chance to try it out, see how it feels for you, and then if you like it, then give it a shot. I mean, it's definitely an incredible platform. You guys can get a chance to check it out. You can also add your YouTube, your Facebook, your Twitch, whatever it may be on social media. You guys can get a chance to add that on here. So it's really incredible to see. Also, first of all, let's go ahead and send a shout out to great friends at RMGMFX1. You guys can head on over to RMGFX1.com and get a chance to buy some incredible merchandise for them. And you know what? Hey, if you guys like hats, buy yourself a hat. If you guys like t-shirts, then buy yourself a Fighting Now shirt. Yes, we do have our merchandise page on rmgmfx1.com. You guys can get a chance to buy like bottles, beanies, shirts, long sleeve shirts, whatever it may be, hoodies. It's so incredible to say the least. So I encourage you guys to head on over to rmgmfx1.com, and whenever you guys do buy some stuff, I encourage you guys to use the promo code Fight Now to save 10% off your entire purchase. All right, now we got a chance to get that on the way. Let's go ahead and send some more shout outs. Like the podcast that I do outside of the interviews. We have the Jay and Trey podcast that is coming up tomorrow. We had a recorded show for you guys. It was Justin and Trey. But I do want to send a shout out to the Jay and Trey podcast live on TNC Sports Talk. I'm hoping I get a chance to be back there tomorrow. It all depends on the situation, but either way, though, I will be there Saturday because Saturday we have someone who is incredible, amazing, and wonderful to say the least. Mr. Jared Parker is going to be joining me live on Inside the StreamYard Studios. I can't wait to get a chance to have him joining me. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be awesome to say the least. Also, I can't stress this enough. Let's go ahead and send shout outs real quick to our friends at Mom's Basement MMA. You guys can check them out at Moms_Basement MMA on Instagram. We have Liz with a Z podcast. Lisa Solar is going to be joining me inside the StreamYard Studios Monday, so make sure you guys check that out. And of course, And the Booze by Air Media and Productions. Now, my guest that's getting ready to join me, she just got done with a fight at Combat Night MMA. She is an incredible human being. She is amazing. She's got the heart of gold. She's so amazing to say the least. Please help me welcome into the StreamYard Studios, Miss Noelia Vasallo.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I've been waiting for this interview for so long after your fight, and I was like, I gotta get you in. I gotta get you in. You've went through a lot the last couple of weeks, but how are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm getting there. And I'm like sick now, so I'm recovering from that. So that's been fun. I can't really train, but we're gonna get back in it.
I mean, it's just one step at a time, the way I see things. And, hey, shout out to you and shout out to all of your teammates at Bushido because, it seems like you're now the third person from that team because we had Ashley in the podcast, we had Monica earlier today, and now you get a chance to join me. And I do say it's an honor to get a chance to have you to be a part of this interview.
Oh my God, no, I'm the one that's honored. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, hey, I think we need to go ahead and kick things underway. Is that what inspires you to start fighting? I think the first time we got a chance to meet was your first fight back at Combat Night, and we talked a little bit, shout outs, and I never really got a chance to ask you, but what inspired you to start fighting?
Okay, so I am a third-degree black belt in Taekwondo. I started when I was a baby. Basically, like, I was kicking out of the wound. And I, like, made it pretty far. Like I made it to U.S. Nationals, I made it to the U.S. Open and things like that. But then I stopped because Taekwondo kind of changed, and it turned less into like um, a knockout sport and more of like fencing with your feet. No offense to anyone that does Taekwondo now. It's just not the same anymore. It's not my style anymore. So I stopped, but I always felt like something was missing. And then during COVID, I went through a really, really, really bad depression. It led to like attempt of suicide and stuff like that. And it was like,
Uh,
sorry.
you're good.
Oh my God.
Can you hear me?
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. But
You're good.
it wasn't the best situation to be in. And then from there, I decided to move down to Miami and I started training, but I was just training for fun because I was like 165 pounds. Like I was really big and super insecure. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get back in shape. And then one day my coach was like, hey, why don't we fight? And I was like, okay, let's do it. Like, why not? Like, and like, that was like when I stepped in that ring, it was like the first time I felt super whole again. And I was like, this is what I've been missing. Like, this is me. This is who I am.
Yeah, and I definitely do admire that to say the least. And yeah, we'll definitely
Hold on,
talk
I
about.
cannot hear you.
Hang on 1 second. Hang on. Restart. Hey,
I can't hear you.
hang on. Hang on 1 second. Read that. If you can hear me, read that.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Wait.
So pretty much, if she had a notification, she has to restart her browser. Trust me, I've had that one too many times. And unfortunately, that's the situation that we have to deal with. I've had that one too many times, especially on the Jay and Trey podcast, to where it's like if Justin would talk, you hear slow mo, and if anyone gets like a notification, or a phone call, whatever it may be, then pretty much yeah. So we got it back.
Oh,
We're all
there we
good.
go. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Y'all good. I was telling them, so pretty much what happened was like if you got like a notification or like a phone call, then you wouldn't hear anyone and it'll end up being like slow mo talk. So the best way to do it is like you have to restart the browser and then you'll be back.
Oh God. Okay. Well, hopefully no one calls me again.
Y'all good. Y'all good. But yet, I want we'll talk about the battles that you went through, especially on the mental side later on. And I mentioned earlier, you trained with Bushido, and hopefully I've said that right. Shout out to them. And how much of a family have they meant to you?
Oh, they are my family. I never thought a team could change my life the way they have. I kind of originally came to Miami to like live here for 6 months and get myself back on my feet mentally and stuff like that. And I was going to move to Vegas, which was my dream. And then I ended up falling in love so much with the team and with my family there, and that I can't leave my family. Like at this point, it's like, oh, you know what? My dream for Vegas, don't really need it anymore. This is my new dream, and this is where I want to be. And they like I wake up every day, and like we all encourage each other, we all push each other, like we all work with each other. It is the definition of a family, and I love that.
I mean, you can definitely tell that, especially in your pictures and your videos. And, it's like, I told myself after Ashley's interview, I'm like, I want to get you because I told Justin from the podcast, I'm like, I got to get you on. I got to get you on after your fight. And we'll talk about your fight later on. And, I will say this. They have made so many incredible warriors out of you, out of Monica, out of the entire team, to say the least. And I cannot wait to see what is the best that's come for the rest of you and your team. And I want to get a chance to talk about your last fight. And for those of you who don't know, you went through a lot to be able to lose a lot of weight just for you to be able to fight. I mean, take us through that process.
So like I said, when I first got here, I was weighing 165. I was a size 10. It was not cute. um, and losing the weight to 135 was like not easy, but it was easier than to get down from 135 to 120, which was my first fight. That was hard. Um, and then this past weight cut, that was probably the worst one I've ever gone through in my life. That
Yeah.
was tough. I had to shout out to Carlos because he's my backbone and my other half. He took the week off basically and like cooked for me. and took me to the gym and listened to me cry when I was doing the hot bath. Like, he was looking at me like, "Are you serious right now?" I'm like, "This sucks so much." the last
I would.
the last time I weighed 115, I think I was 17 years old, which was 10 years ago. Um, so that was rough to get there again. But and even then I was a little off weight. Like, it was rough. Thank God my opponent also was struggling with making weight, so we agreed on 120. But
Mhm.
the 115, I don't know how I'm gonna do that for the next one, but I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, to say the least, because like whenever me you talk, I remember how hard it was for you because you told me it's like I hate it, it sucks, and I'm like you got to keep going, you have to keep going. It's like you got to go, you got to be able to lose this weight. I know like how much it meant to you because it's like you struggling so much. And I know you definitely had a lot of encouragement to say the least, and you got to be able to get a chance to get that done. And talking about the mental aspect, I mean, in your own opinion, when it comes to training for a fight or just training in general, what has been the most difficult part when it comes to training in your own perspective?
Definitely the mental game. So there's days where like I don't want to go, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and like training for this fight, there was a couple times that I didn't want to go, and I remember thinking to myself, like, this girl trains hard. Like, you are not going to let her out train you. You need to train better than like harder than she is. So that's what pushed me. And there was even days where I would like it really took a toll on me. Like, I had to sit there and be like, you can do this. You can do this. Like, I had to meditate. Like I said, I went through depression, and it sometimes strikes back, and it's like, why are you doing this? You're not that good. Like, no, you're a loser. I was like, no, 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 no. Let's get out of this. Like, again, thank you to Carlos, because he really has helped me. My whole team. Like, whenever I was feeling down, I would go to training and be like, guys, this sucks. Like, today sucks, and everybody would come up to me, hey, you got this, Leah. You're awesome. You're awesome. Don't even let this fight get to you. Like, you're gonna be great. You're gonna do great. You're gonna represent us, and whatever happens, we're still gonna be proud of you. I was like, that's what I needed. I love them.
And I can definitely say is that it's definitely been tough for you, especially when it comes to the mental part. For those of you who do not know, is that your opponent did not make weight in your last fight. How heated was you in that time? Because I know how much you put in the training, the weight cut. How did it make you feel whenever your opponent did not make weight, and it was kind of like a slap in the face to you? The fact that all the hard work was like, for what, for anything really? I mean,
Yeah. So I know I struggled. Like, she's super skinny. Bless her soul. she she's in great shape. I'm a little shorter and thicker. So I walk around at like 130, 135. So to try to make 115 is tough. But it was at first I was like a little bit like I unfortunately didn't make weight by 1 pound.
no.
She came in at 120, and she was like, "Yeah, I was kind of trying to like talk to my coach, to talk to your coach, to see if we could do 120." But it was like, I don't know, it was probably I took it the wrong way,
Mhm.
and it's probably how she is. But it just kind of seemed like I didn't even try to make weight, and I was like, you're kind of lucky that I didn't make weight either. So we're just gonna keep it at that, like that I'm a pound over. But if not, like, I know that Carlos would have been behind me, like, my fighter made weight. Go put a bag and go run. Like, no, no, no. he's he's ruthless. He doesn't care. Like, he's done it before. He's going pro. He's probably the best fighter I've ever seen in my life, and
Yeah.
it was great to have him in my corner. Like, he made the biggest difference in my fight camp.
Well, we do have a comment, and it's from How You Do That, who just subscribed. So thank you to How You Do That for subscribing. And of course, I don't know who the person is behind the page, but we definitely do appreciate you to say the least. Talking about this your last fight, I have a picture I'm gonna bring up. And for those of you who do not know, is that you put in so much, you put in a lot. And I was on TikTok live after the fight, and I didn't know what was happening until I saw this.
Oh my god.
You, yes, yes, I had to bring this up. So, for what people don't know is that after you won the fight, you went up to the cage and you said, "I am an effing animal." And And I was on TikTok live, and when I saw this, I literally screamed like, "She's an effing animal!"
Wait,
I'm
it was
like,
on
"What?"
TikTok live?
I was on TikTok live, and I saw that, and I was live when I saw this.
Why am I like this?
It's okay. It's okay because you know what? I know how much you put into it. So I mean, I'm just gonna put it up here, but take us through this moment right here. Take us through that moment.
um, so as I kind of said in my fight, I don't know if you know, my mom. So in my first fight, um, 2 weeks before camp, we found out my mom had cancer, which was devastating. Um, that was probably the worst of it. Like my mom is my everything, and I don't really see my mom cry. So when I saw her cry, telling me the news, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa! I get my fighting from you. You're gonna win this. Like this is not no no no. So it was hard. And then the day of my fight, she got surgery to put the little the thing for chemo in the
Yeah.
little machine. Um, and then she just finished chemo like 2 weeks ago, so she's officially done with chemo. But the results we got were not the best. So pretty much like chemo didn't do much, and now we have to remove her organs and stuff, and she's gonna have like it's not gonna be the best quality of life. But she's a fighter and she's okay with it. She's like, you know what, I'd rather be alive and be here and support you than be be dead or have to keep fighting cancer. So I'm okay with that decision, but I'm not okay with it. So um, winning that fight to me was kind of and screaming up on that cage was like taking out all my frustration that I've had with like dealing with my mom and seeing my mom go through chemo and seeing her go through all that pain and coming home and being nauseous and like not moving. And I think also the hardest part was like shaving her head, because
Yeah.
my mom is very much like me. Like we love looking good, and to see her like when we shaved her head and she was crying, like that was the worst of it. Um, but she's strong, and now I think she looks like super cute without hair. I'm like, you actually shouldn't grow it back. Like you actually look like a total baddie. She looks like a fierce like fighting. I don't know. She looks awesome. I think it looks good on her. But going up and screaming on that cage was like all the hard work I put in, all the weight I cut, and my mom and stuff like that. So it was emotional for me, for sure.
I can definitely tell you that, getting a chance to talk to you throughout this whole week, it was definitely been a lot on you. I know, there's times where you were silent and because you want to be able to focus. You want to be able to just focus on this fight. But I did not know about that. And by the way, shout out to your mom. I wish the best of luck for you and your family when it comes to your mom. Your mom has definitely raised an incredible warrior. She's raised an incredible person like you. So yeah, shout out to mom right there. You know what? I can honestly tell you is that you have gone through more than what people know about you. And I think really and truly, when people see you as a fighter, people can admire. The fact is that you put so much through mentally, physically to get where you are today. You know, are you ever going to get a chance to look back at this and say, I remember that time where I was in a very bad place, but then I'm on a really great path. I mean, are you going to look back on this incredible journey that you're in right now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Um I told my coach this. So like my coach and I will do privates, and I'll kind of go a little early and we'll like vent and vent about life and just talk about things. Like I keep it real with him and he keeps it real with me. And I remember like talking to him and telling him like, coach, you have no idea what you've done for me. Like he like joining Bushido really saved my life, like genuinely saved my life, because I was still depressed going in there. And now like I love myself again, and I love my life, and I like have a purpose to wake up every morning. And like, yeah, my job is great. It's a job, and I thought it was my dream job until now I'm fighting. But going to Bushido and being a part of that family, like
Mhm.
they really saved my life. Like they have no idea what they've done for me. And that's been the biggest part of the journey, and they will always hold the biggest place in my heart because of that.
You see what I mean? Whenever you can learn something from incredible fighters such as her, I mean, like your story says it all. And I think if anybody watches this, they will understand, how much you have gone through. I mean, and I have something that I put on my wall. I don't know if you really see this as much, but to me, this describes you not only as a fighter, but as a person. This is exactly what you
I'm
are
gonna
today.
comment on that. When I saw that in Monica's, I was like, "Oh, that's actually cool. I
Yeah.
love that."
So pretty much, I got this from a friend of mine named Savannah, and I keep this every day. In case y'all don't know what it is the warrior with the suicide awareness symbol, colors in the back, with the on the semicolon. And this helps me remind me of who I am. And whenever you start sharing your stories, this is what makes me think about is that this is what you are. This is who you are as a person, as a fighter, as a person. You have gone through so much, and I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that will tell you this, but yet you already know what I'm about to tell you. I am proud of you.
Oh,
I am so proud of you because you know. And what people don't know is like she's like she's like my best friend. She's like a little sister I've always wanted. And it's crazy, like, after a couple of shout outs, like, like we became like the best friends. It's like she gets daily shout outs, and then, just trying my best to be able to be there for her. And I know you got a lot going on. I'm not going to say what's happening, but I know that the place that you're in is very different. So, to me, this is my way of telling you, thank you for all that you're doing. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for keep going. Thank you for fighting. Thank you for just believe in yourself, because what you don't really know is you really inspire me a lot, because through my times of depression you helped me get back on my feet, you and many others. So whenever I see the person you are, it just makes me think, wow, if she can fight through the hell, if she can fight through everything, then what, maybe I can get back up on my
oh,
feet.
so
So
sweet.
so really and truly, and this not only goes for you, but this just goes to every single person who goes through a dark place. Just
Yeah.
remember exactly who the hell you are and what you are today. I can't stress this enough, because if you listen to the story that she just shared, it could really make an impact on you. So really and truly, thank you for all that you're doing. Thank you.
And honestly, like anybody who's going through that, like don't be afraid to seek help. Like I was very much against it. I was like, I'm good. I don't need it. I don't need it. And then like I seeked it and didn't realize how much I was holding in, that it was affecting me more, and letting it out was like the best thing. And it helped me get out of it. Like for real. I hope nobody is going through that right now and feeling like they're alone. That's the
Yeah.
worst.
Well, you also have another comment from how you do that. It said, she's the toughest 100 hashtag Bushido fan.
Oh my God, they're so sweet. Thank you.
If honestly, I'm pretty sure that everyone would definitely come on here and tell you, how tough you are, not only as a fighter, but also as a person. And, let me ask you this, though, since you started fighting, I mean, we talked about, the toughest part, but yeah, in your own opinion, what has been the best part since you started?
I mean, besides seeing myself get skinny, like it's been nice. Oh my God, hello, good morning, little six pack. It's been one of my favorites. Um, but the best part is the family I created, because I know like how people are like, oh, sororities are forever. Like I know this family's forever. I know that I could probably move to Vegas in like 3 years, and I know that I'll still have my family here. I know that if I come to Miami, which my parents live here, um, I'll always come back and visit. Like if I come back and visit them, I know I'll be welcomed with open arms. Like they really, that has been the best part. And then how we all like get together and try to do things as a team or as a family. Like we're even planning to go to like maybe Halloween Horror Nights together as a team this year, and which is like something in Universal. Like we are a family. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
And not only that, but yeah, you also got a chance to be able to have an interview with someone who I just mentioned, Jared Parker. I got a chance to watch it. And if you guys have not got a chance to check that out, go follow him on Instagram. Go check him out, Jared Parker, because your interview with him was so incredible. And one thing's for sure is that even if you do go to Vegas, you're still doing interviews on here, because I definitely want to keep on talking to you through this, to say the least. Because, whenever I first met you, it was like, through combat night. And if it wasn't through combat night, then yeah, I don't think we would have got a chance to be as friends as we are today, to say the least. And it's like one thing I love about this community, this whole fighting community, is that you can be able to make people that you consider family And that's why I've always considered her as like my family. Like this is my family. This is like my little sister. If you mess with her, you mess with me, or you mess with anyone part of the Bushido fam. Which, by the way, bigger fan than I am, to say the least.
They're tough. Oh my god.
Yeah,
We beat
yeah.
the crap out
So
of each other.
yeah. So if I do come down to Bushido, I come in peace. I come in peace. Just first of
No,
all.
we're super welcoming. Like that's also what I love about them is that we're not like, who's the new girl? We're like, oh my god, who's the new girl? Let's bring her in. Like, let's talk to her, and we'll like we make everybody like I walked in there, and the second I walked in there, I wasn't even like, oh my god, I'm super intimidated. It was more like, hey, how are you? And I was like, the first girl I met was Glow, who I love her. She's awesome, and she's such a badass. But then like you see her, she's like super tough, and then she's like, hey, how are you? Like the sweetest thing ever. She like punched me so hard in the face on the first day, and I looked at Coach and I was like, I'm never gonna be this bad again. I'm gonna be good, I swear.
It's like, all right, like coach, like, okay, who's ready for it? I'm like, first time, I'm like me, but then all of a sudden, okay, I'm gonna have to work on a lot. Okay, that's my eye. That's my eye.
Yeah, no, I'm good. It was
Oh man, I can honestly tell you that this interview has always been so incredible because like the person that you are today is what defines you. The fights that you went through, your first two fights, you're currently 2-0. I mean, does that got a nice ring to it, to say the least?
It does. It does.
I figured.
Yes.
Oh man, but hey, I know how much that fight means to you, and I think the biggest question there is what's next? What's next for you?
Whatever comes next, like I'm super excited. I know I definitely have a lot to work on. Like I feel like from my first fight to this fight, I definitely improved. But of course, there's always room for improvement. Like I was able to work with Tito, who he's my boxing coach, and I have to give him the biggest shout out. He really helped me a lot. He took so much time, and he's very old school Cuban, so he's very rough, and I'm very fragile. So there was times
Little
during
bit.
training, yeah, there was times during training that I'd be like, bro, relax, you're mean, like calm down. You just look at me, he's like, oh my god, relax. I'm like, yeah, you're right, I'm being soft. He helped. He's awesome.
Is there times where it's like once they started yelling, it's like, bro, you need a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. I mean, did you ever think about? You ever,
Yeah.
ever thought about that, to say the least?
Instead of Snickers, croquetas, because that's what us Cubans eat. But yeah, like
I mean,
he's
either way.
he I know he means well. Obviously it worked, because if you see our first video of me punching, he looked at me, he was like, oh man, there's a lot to work on. To my last video, he was like, you're gonna do great this fight. And I was like, oh my god, like I'm coming to boxing and I'm not hating my life here anymore. Like I'm not like, god, I suck. Like, and I could tell he was genuine about it. He would like, because he would hold pads and he'd like smile a little bit, and I was like, I know, I'm making him happy there.
I love that. I love that, to say the least, when it comes to you and your team. It's like, you definitely improved so much, to say the least. I feel like, whatever happens next with your next fight, you're going to improve just as much as you improved your first two fights, to say the least. I mean, I know you're going to do incredible things. I know you got a lot that's happening, but the thing that I definitely do admire is your passion, your heart, and the desire to be able to go in there and fight as much as you have. It's like, and I'm gonna bring it up back again. But the fact that you have moments like
I
this,
can't with myself.
it's okay. It's definitely okay, to say the least. But the fact is that you can have moments like this, the way you can just look back and think, I remember how I pretty much told everyone I am the effing animal, and but I am excited, to say the least. If I was you, I would definitely keep that in your memories, for
Oh
sure.
no, I promise it's a core memory at this point. Like, I remember getting up there and saying that, and I was like, why did I just say that? But I was like, I don't care. I don't care. At the end of the day, I said it, and that's what it is, and that's just how I felt in the moment. And then when they were interviewing me, or like when I calmed down afterwards, I was like, I'm what? Okay, that's so out of character. I'm so humble, but here I am screaming I'm an animal and I'm the best.
I was like, this was definitely out of your comfort zone. This was definitely out of your comfort zone, and you screamed. I'm like, there she goes. There she goes.
Did
Let's
you also
go.
see me trying to get on the cage?
I didn't see that. All I know is that I see whenever Combat Night showed you on top of the cage, I was like, wait a minute. wait a minute, what? She's on top of the cage, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure the crowd got hyped with you because I could tell how excited the crowd was for you, to say the least.
Yeah, it was. I looked down and I just see my whole team. Wow! I was like, okay, this is fun. But it was, I'm 4 foot nothing basically. And the guy was like, get on the cage. I was like, you're gonna help me up? You know what? I got this. I got this by myself.
Hey, it's like it don't matter. It don't matter if I can still reach up to the highest cabinets. I can reach up to the cage. Either way,
Exactly.
to say the
I
least.
felt like I was at the highest point of my life right now.
Man.
It was great.
It's that adrenaline that you have to where once when you start doing things, you don't really remember until you end up looking back and you think, well, wow, I just like, okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Hey, I'm on top of the cage. Woo! Type of
Yeah,
stuff.
it was
Oh, man. Well, hey, for anyone who wants to get a chance to follow the one and only Noella, you guys get a chance to follow her on Instagram at npiper35. And I know that a lot's been happening for you as of late, but I'm gonna bring this up again because I want to tell you thank you for all that you're doing for the fighting community, for Bushido, because I know they appreciate you more than ever, especially how much you made an impact to them as well as to me, because you made an impact to me because with you and so many other incredible people on the fighting now, you guys inspire me so much because if I didn't have the platform, I wouldn't know where I would be today. So really and truly, thank you guys for allowing me to get a chance to show my support. And I can't stress enough, just remember exactly who you are, after each time we talk, because you are a warrior. You are a warrior not only as a fighter, as a person, but yet you can do incredible things to say the least. And I believe in you.
Thank you. Oh my god, it's actually, first of all, thank you to you, because honestly, like that, like your page has really helped us a lot. And like, I know I've met so many other fighter girls, and like we like talk all the time and like give each other advice. Like I met the girl that did my hair, and Nomi the brat. I met her through your page, and she's super awesome. And first of all, shout out to her with my hair. That was awesome. I loved it. A midget, but she's awesome. Like she's great, and she's a good fighter. Like I got to meet. I talked to Kira Martinez, who is a total badass. Nikki, who's a total badass, who's actually messaging me right now on some weightlifting advice. Like I've got to meet some really cool people through your page, and it's really helped on a bunch of stuff. So thank you for what you do.
My heart right now, my heart, my heart.
More, please.
It's just like don't mind me. I'm just helping. I'm just building a platform as such as this, but not really and truly. This definitely means a lot because I've had so many people who has reached out to me, thank me. I even got people who are wanting to be interviewed. I'm like, like, am I dreaming right now? Am I dreaming right now? Because I'm like, I don't really expected this platform to be as huge, but really and truly, I love to get a chance to be able to work my ass off for you and for Kara, for so many incredible fighters out there, because y'all don't really get the credit that y'all deserve. Y'all don't get the credit for going into a cage or a ring, whatever it may be, to bust your ass like you always have, like you guys have been, to say the least. And I feel like with this generation of fighters, we're seeing a new generation of fighters. We're seeing a new generation of warriors, to say the least.
Oh,
So, and I feel like that the best is yet to come. And to me, this interview right here, all the shout outs, is a start of something huge. You're gonna be on top, and you're gonna look back and think about this. Like, do you remember that time whenever I got a chance to talk to Jake, and we had an interview, to say the least? Well, hey, let's go ahead and bring him again. But then probably next time I'll end up wearing sunglasses because you'll end up having gold on you, to say the
oh my
least.
god, bless you. I hope, oh my god, I would love that. But I just hope that if I ever become famous, like I never, or like not famous, but a famous fighter, that I never forget where I came from. Like I hate seeing people that get to the top and then they forget where they came from, and they're such, like they're super stuck up and they think they're too good for the world. Like that's the one thing I hope I never lose.
Well, one thing I definitely hope that all these fighters that you see today will not forget, especially what helped them start to the top, to the start of the rise them, is what I would call it. Because I've got a chance to interview you now, Jenna Death Rage, Kira Martinez, because and I can't stress enough, it doesn't matter if they're amateurs. But the one thing that you have to admire is that these ladies bust their ass a lot to go in there and prove why they are the best in the first place. You go in there and you deal with the mental crap. You go in there and you deal with the physical, the weight, and all that. And I can honestly say, I don't think people can realize how much effort you put into a training or fighting, so to say the least. So I want to send a shout out to you, to every single women's fighter out there, because you guys are kicking ass and you guys deserve the best. So yeah, that's why the fighting now is for. And the best is yet to come for you, and I can see that. Well, real quick, is there any final thoughts, final comments you want to say?
No, just shout out to my team, my coach Manny, coach Tito, to Carlos, who's my backbone, and my other half. I love you so much, dude. You make so much of a difference. Um, and my parents, who are my number one fans at the end of the day.
Yeah, very well said. Very well said. Well, once again, shout out to your mom. Shout out to everyone. No, Noelia. I keep trying not to butcher your name, but it's definitely. I keep trying not to butcher it because I'm bad at stuttering. Like some people know I'm bad at stuttering, so I'm not trying to butcher. I'm like Noella, whatever it is.
Noelia.
Koala,
But I think
Noelia.
I like Leah. I don't really like Noelia. I don't know what my parents were thinking when they gave me that name, but here we are.
Well, it's like with me. It's like my original name is Jacob, but yeah, I call myself Jake. But then you know what I end up getting? Jake from State Farm jokes.
Oh my God! Stop! No!
Yes, yes, really, truly, and I'm so glad no one from the page has not yet called me Jake from State Farm,
Oh my God!
and I
No.
appreciate that because like anytime like when people would be like, "What's your name?" Like Jake, like what are you wearing? Jake from State Farm.
Oh my God! Stop!
I say not motherfucking khakis.
Not cat. Oh my God! I haven't even heard of that commercial forever. No, I didn't even think
Oh.
about that until you said it.
Yeah, so if you watch this and you DM me what you wearing from Jake from State Farm, I'm just gonna read it and it's gonna be like, not khakis, to say the
Yeah.
least. but but hey, once again, good chance to follow her at npiper35. I am so happy we had this interview. You did so incredible. I am so proud of you, and I encourage you guys to go follow her and see the best that is yet to come.
Thank you so much. I so appreciate you having me on here.
No problem. But hey, I definitely do appreciate you, and we'll definitely talk later on. I will send you the link when it is over. All right.
Alrighty. Thank you so much.
No problem. Later.
Alrighty. Bye.
Later. That was Noelia, and I gotta tell you, that was so incredible. That was so awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed so much of it because it's been so crazy. And now we are finally down to one more interview this coming Saturday night with Jared Parker, and I'm very excited. That was just so awesome. I mean, I don't know if y'all can tell. I got goosebumps right now just because of how much of an impact her story has made, and I can honestly tell you guys the best is yet to come for her. She's an incredible fighter, and I really look forward to seeing her do what she does best, kicking ass and shine her light to others. So. Well, hey, that is it from the StreamYard Studios. That is all from here. If you guys want to get just follow me at The Fighting Now on Instagram. You guys can go ahead and check that out. Join in the 3,000, and I think it was like about 468, I believe, followers on Fighting Now. Either way, though, we are a huge family. We are an incredible family, to say the least, and it was definitely a great time. So, yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any interviews. Because, once again, I have Jared Parker coming in Saturday on the Jay and Dre podcast, which, once again, you can check it out on TNC Sports Talk on YouTube tomorrow. Sorry. And then also, Jared Parks joined me Saturday night at 11 o'clock. And right now, I will go ahead and just to let y'all know that Sunday afternoon, Sunday at 12 at noon, we have the one, the only Sarah Cook is going to be joining me, and I'm very excited to say the least. And of course, don't forget we have Lisa Solar is going to be joining me on Monday. We have a lot more interviews coming your way next week, so you're going to want to tune in to the Fighting Now and keep up with all the infos. But hey, that is it for everyone. Like, comment, subscribe. I am Jake saying so long and have an amazing day, great night, whatever time you guys watch this from. I will see you guys later.